A video today about the Reolink PoE Doorbell with the sole purpose of explaining how you can hook it up to where it will activate the original chimes of the house. I have yet to see a video on YouTube or anywhere that explains a method that is where this is possible. I'm going to preface this video by saying I just did purchase and install a Reolink 16-port NVR with 8 cameras, 12 megapixel. On these units, if you turn them over, I'll see that there's 16 ports, and this does say that all ports are power over Ethernet right there. So I have all 8 cameras installed, and so I got eight ports available that are still power over Ethernet, and I'm going to use one of those for a 9th camera, which will be my Ring doorbell. My Reolink doorbell. Next, this is just a regular ohm meter. I'm just going to show you how an ohm meter works and what a regular analog button doorbell does. You press it, it makes a short, you release it, it lets it go. It just makes and breaks the contacts that are on the back right there. That's all a doorbell does. All right. That's what this device here is going to do. I'm going to say that you're going to need to get a few things to make this happen. First of all, you're going to need to get on Amazon and order one of these. This is a smart relay switch that is Alexa compatible. On the back, I'll show you what this looks like. It has NC and an NO written on it. That means normally closed and normally open, with the middle stripe being the common between the two. So when this is normally open, that normal contacts will be on the bottom here. The normally open, you'll need to put your normal, regular analog doorbell wires that are likely in your attic connected to your transformer. You're going to need to connect those to the middle pin and the normally open contact of this switch. To power this switch, which has a Wi-Fi chip here too, by the way, to power this switch, you're going to need a micro USB cable for this micro USB port, and on the other end will be a USB-A, so it's going to need to be powered by one of these blocks, unless you've got a port like this, but a normal block like this that you use to charge anything. I'm going to go ahead and hook this up, and hook this up, start letting it power up. You're also going to need a large Phillips screwdriver for your Reolink doorbell. You're going to need a small flathead to tighten the contacts on your relay switch right here. And you'll need a cell phone for the app work. I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and pair it first of all. It's already booted up. I can tell by the blinking light. You'll notice there's 2 buttons on this circuit board, and I will send a link. I'll type a link out for the purchase of this item in the description below. There's going to be 2 buttons on these. The first button that's next to the LED will be your pairing button. You need to hold that down. And whenever you get 3 blinking lights, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2, 3, pause repeatedly, that means it's in pairing mode. That's not pairing mode. Hang on a second. Wait. Here we go. Okay, let go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's pairing mode. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now that it's in pairing mode, you can go to your app. You need to get the Reolink EWELINK. Looks like that. Okay, once this is in pairing mode like that, hit plus to add yourself a new device right here within your app. Configure this below. There is a password that's necessary. Hit next, and it's going to search for the device that's in pairing mode right now. Should take just a second longer. And there it is. It already has the serial address on it and everything, so you don't even have to press it. It's already checked for you and everything. Hit next. Edit the name. I'm gonna call this chime. Oops. because it is going to be what's connected to the chimes in a second. C-H-I-M-E. And then I'll hit done down on the bottom of the screen. Now it's called chime. So when you make this UE-Link skill active in your Alexa account, then you will not have to rename it. It'll already pick up the name chime. Hit done. Now you have that on already, ready? So, or it comes standard off. Now, I'm going to explain something about the way this second switch works. If you turn the chime on, or the smart switch on, you can hear it click on and off. That's what this secondary button is for. It makes it either stay on or stay off. So if I hit on, it'll stay on. See how that stays on? I'm gonna bring it closer to the phone. If you turn it off, that LED there will go off and you can hear the relay click off. So on, off. Great, perfect, right? If you hit this button here that stays on, turn it off, now this relay switch will only click and turn off. Click on, turn off. It imitates a button pressing, a normal analog button pressing. So you don't have to worry about unclicking it, it does it automatically. So this is good for things that need button pressing, like a garage door opener. You press it and release. A doorbell, you press it and release. You want this type of device to release for you automatically. Now that it's functional and installed correctly within this app, we need to put the device into the Alexa app. Go back to your home screen, find your Alexa app instead. We're going to go to the light bulb right here at the bottom left-hand corner, not the home, it's right next to the home. Go to the top, there's a plus to add device. Hit add device, and then search for switch, because this is just like a light switch, and then find your brand. This is a UE-Link product. There's UE-Link. Does it have a Matter logo? No, it does not. Is your switch powered on? Yes, it is. It's right there. Is your switch already set up in the UE-Link app? Yes, it is. Can you control the switch using the UE app? Yes, it is. We've already proven that. Now it'll discover your new switch. All right, now you just sit here and you wait. It should find the new device in about 60 seconds or less. So we're just going to sit here. All right, a minute is up and it found one switch. You hit next. Okay. Like I said earlier, it does remember the word chime from the UE-Link programming. I don't need to rename that. We're done with that. What is it asking for? What do you want to call your device? Where do you want to use it? Set up. I don't need to set that up anywhere in there. Just hit X. What do you want to call the switch? What is connected to your switch? Doorbell. How about other? Chime is ready. Okay. Anyway, I'm looking for it to become part of my device list. And there it is. Now it's got a chime in the device list. So when you hit this button, your Alexa app is going to talk to the UE-Link servers and turn this on. So I didn't mean for that to happen, but it heard me say the magic word. Here goes. Boom. Works just fine. Okay, that should turn off automatically. It does. And it does on the app as well. Yep. Okay, so now that's functioning. Now that that's up and running within the app itself, you can go back to home. No, I'm sorry. Go to this one where it has those 3 dashes right here on the app. And then go up to where it says routines. And then you can go to your routines. And you'll see all the routines you have built if you've built them already. We're going to add a new routine. It's a home routine. You're going to add event. When something happens, what will happen? It's called if this, then that is what the technology is. So when the event will be, go to my smart home, find my doorbell. It's called front doorbell. It's right there. When the doorbell event occurs, when the doorbell is pressed, okay, someone goes up there and rings your doorbell, save that. Okay, that's locked in. Any time of day, it's not certain times of day, but any time that button is pressed, leave that alone. not just day or night, it's anytime. What will happen? The action that you want to happen is that you want this switch, mind you, it is just a switch, to turn on. So go find switches right here, and then scroll down till you see one called chime. Chime. Next, you can say power on, toggle, either one, the first or last one will work. I'll just say the first one. Hit next. Okay, you have it set up to where anytime the front door is pressed, the chime will turn on. Now mind you, whenever it does turn on, it also immediately turns off. Let's save that routine. Okay, front doorbell is pressed. This will imitate if the front doorbell is pressed. Activate, boom, it did it. Okay, so now that it says that the routine is done, I should be able to go over to the doorbell and press it, and this should turn on. I'm gonna go ring the doorbell.
Someone is at front doorbell.
Okay, perfect. So you can see that that toggled on and off, so the relay worked just fine. So now anytime that the doorbell is rung, the Reolink doorbell will talk to the Alexa servers to let them know that it was pressed. The Alexa servers will talk to the UE Link servers to let it know it's pressed. UE Link servers will contact this device and make it turn on, which toggles the relay and will ring your doorbell chime, because you're going to go up into the attic and find the original doorbell wires that were connected to this sucker. You're going to find them in the attic and connect them in the same slots that these wires right here are connected to. And that will make your original chime ring. Now, regarding the wires that are already here, these are the original wires of the house. So if I ring them, if I just touch them together, that's just how you make the normal doorbell ring. This does not need to have those connected anymore, because this is 100% power over Ethernet. So when you go up there and you find these wires, you can disconnect what comes down to the doorbell completely from the system and let it run exclusively on the power over Ethernet. This is connected to my power over Ethernet NVR. So I'm going to tuck these away behind this device, and then they will no longer be a factor at all. And put it like this, pull it down, and it stays like that. Perfect. At my doorbell transformer, it's just a normal 16. I've got 2 chimes and 1 doorbell wire. If you happen to have 2 chimes in your house, the contact that has 2 reds on it will be the chimes. The contact that has 1 red on it will be your doorbell wiring. I've already traced it out, so I know that this is my doorbell wiring. I need to connect the wires that are currently going to my doorbell directly into our little friend here, as we discussed when I was down in the kitchen. Just to confirm, whenever I short these wires together, the doorbell will ring. All the whites come together to create your common back to the complete the circuit back to your chimes. So whenever I take a pair of cutters like this and I go across my doorbell wires, I should make my doorbell ring like this. There. Okay. So that is for sure my doorbell wires. I just cut them. And I need to take that, strip the ends, just like that. And then strip the end on this one, just like that. And then put them directly into the contacts that we already discussed. And because this is just a short, the polarity will not matter on your smart switch. You just need to get it in there, tighten it, okay, and get that one in there, and tighten it. Again, this is on those 2 that says normally open and then the center, okay, not the normally closed. It's already synced up. It sees my Wi-Fi. We got a signal. And now my doorbell should behave, should ring whenever I go press it. It should ring the... Have a situation at your doorbell where you are unable to any way, shape, or form bring an Ethernet cable down the wall to get to here, then you're going to have the Wi-Fi version. So to have you know what I did, I just used the original doorbell wire as a pull string. I taped this Ethernet cable to the end of this, pulled it up, and we have 14-foot wall or whatever this is here. I pulled it up, and then I pulled another 14 feet. I disconnected the tape, tied it back to the Ethernet cable, and pulled it back down. But I didn't let what I already pulled up in the attic come back down into the hole until, once all this is all the way down, I got my tape back out, disconnected the tape. Now I have a freely flowing Ethernet cable all the way up into the attic and over to my NVR. And I also still have access to my original doorbell wires. So if you don't have the ability to do this due to your mortar completely swallowing your original doorbell wiring, and you have to use Wi-Fi and you still want to make this work, again, if you get a dedicated doorbell transformer and wire it up to the original doorbell wires and attach it to the original, the lugs of your Wi-Fi doorbell right there and there, and then connect it to your network via Wi-Fi, and you're good and connected there, then you can go ahead and proceed with using the smart switch like I have it in the attic, and it'll be independent of the power required for the chimes that will get made and broke whenever that switch toggles. Now that I've got it hooked up to the original house chimes, here is chime, first one. Okay, that made it ring, that's good. Go to the Alexa app. I'm gonna go down to the menu button here. I'm gonna go to routines, your routines, and front door is pressed, this routine. Okay, so it's running fine through the apps and through the network. I'm gonna go outside and press the doorbell, and I should hear the original, like the chime that came with the Reolink. I should hear the original house chimes, and I should hear all my Amazon devices, dots and shows and everything whenever I press this doorbell. All right, there was that, and then I heard my...
Doorbell.
Yep, heard all my dots and everything now talk to it. So that is a permanent setup that should work just fine so long as the internet is working. Your original chimes should also work. Hope you have the same success. Something that's worth saying about those of you who have the Wi-Fi version of this Reolink doorbell, as opposed to the PoE version of the Reolink doorbell. You can still make this work, but it's going to require you to have 2 transformers like this one in your attic. One of them is going to have to be dedicated to the power of your Reolink doorbell if it's the Wi-Fi version. These power wires, these that we just cut for mine, will need to be wired exclusively to one so that whenever you press the button, it never loses power, because that is its only source of power, unlike the power over Ethernet. So an Ethernet cable has 4 pairs in it. This is Ethernet wire, by the way. Here's an example of it. There's a white blue, white orange, white green, white brown. All right, so 2 pairs are for internet, and in the PoE world, 2 pairs are for power. So in the Wi-Fi version of this, the 2 that are dedicated for power in the Ethernet port on the back side of your Wi-Fi doorbell, those two that are dedicated for power are dead. In the PoE version, you can actually power your doorbell with the Ethernet cables PoE, or the 2 lugs that are also present on the Wi-Fi, present on both models. So you don't have the luxury of powering the Wi-Fi with power over Ethernet at all. So whenever this device here is introduced into the equation here, and it puts a short on the wires that actually power your Wi-Fi version of this doorbell, the moment that you press the button, the moment that this thing puts a short on your doorbell is the moment that your doorbell also loses power. It shorts out the electricity that goes to the doorbell that powers it and makes it function. So you cannot have an instantaneous drop of power. Otherwise, the camera won't work and the whole thing has to reboot. It's not going to, that cannot happen. So you have to have a constantly running power source to the lugs that are on the back side of your Wi-Fi version of this. And then over the internet and everything, all that stuff can still happen to talk to this device, but this device will have to be powered by its own transformer that's hooked up to the chimes. So they have to be two independent power sources to make a Wi-Fi version of this work due to the PoE not being an option.